My family and I traveled from California to Ohio to purchase my childhood home. Join us in our family adventures as we renovate this 1960 bungalow into our family home. What up, y'all? It's Ro back with another video. In today's video, we're going to create a shower from start to finish. So let's get into the video. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I've never done a shower in my life, especially on a concrete slab. This is the first time, and there was a lot of research that had to go along with this process. And one of the things is that I had to make sure that my drain was low enough so that it wasn't going to be the same height or too high for my curb. So I had to make sure that I cut into this concrete to make sure that my linear drain was going to be a little bit lower than what my curb is going to be. I don't want a super big curb, so that's why I did what I did. Alright guys, so here is the dugout part of the drain. I'm trying to get down. So this is the linear drain, and then this is the connector piece that's going to connect to this pipe, and then it's going to connect to the actual drain. So yeah, so I got to cut this, just cut it little by little, kind of go from there. This was dug out pretty much by hand. Didn't need a jackhammer, so thank God. So this thing, this is a tile remover. So I use this to remove tile in one of my other videos. Yeah, this is also good to remove some concrete too if you need to get some. It's only 10 bucks, just a little bit of labor. All right, cool, let's just keep on going. Finally, when you make it to the step of connecting your drain to your PVC, you have to use ABS glue and PVC glue so you can connect the two together. So the ABS is the black and the PVC is the white. So you want to make sure that you're connecting the white and the black with the proper glue. So I actually had to cut into the concrete a little bit more. The linear drain has a dip. I didn't even think about it, but it has a dip inside the drain to allow the water to flow to the center of the drain. And that's what we're accounting for. We're cutting that probably about a half an inch out of concrete so the linear drain can fit into this area a little bit smoother. And once that's done, now it's on to finishing the framing of this shower. To complete the framing of the shower, I need to create a knee wall. A knee wall is a 4-foot half wall that separates your shower from your vanity or the rest of the bathroom area. So when you are creating your knee wall, make sure that you are measuring twice and cutting once, measuring 15 times and cutting once, because I sometimes measure once and cut once and I screw myself up. I'm adding some more blocking for some more structural support, and I think it's helpful, but actually I really didn't need it, because when you add your durrock or your cement board, it will give the structural integrity that you need for your knee wall. Alright guys, so I got a package today. Ooh. Woo! This is 12 pounds. Sheesh. This is our shower situation that we're going to be using. You put your hot, your cold in here, and then it distributes to this nozzle, that nozzle,
or that nozzle. And the thing is, all of them work together. They all work, if you turn them all on, they all work at the same time, which is exactly what my wife wanted. So, hope you're happy, babe. So what's gonna happen is put in the male PEX 3/4 into this side and also this side. So that's 2 PEX 3/4, and then over here, I'm gonna need the PEX female 1/2 inch, because these are all 1/2 inch, because your main lines are all 1/2 inch, what I learned from the plumber situation and other people. So yeah, hope that helps you guys. This is pretty much what it is.
Okay, the first thing I need to do is to create some structural support for the shower valve diverter. What I'm using right now is a 1/2 inch plywood, and I'm going to use that 1/2 inch to connect to the framing of the shower. One of the things I'm doing is finding the center line for this shower valve diverter, so it's not too far left, too far right, and that is going to be in the middle of our shower. There was a little bit of complication in this process. On the back of the shower valve diverter, it sticks out a little bit further than what I needed to, so I had to cut into this 1/2 inch plywood in order to accommodate for that. I first used the drill, and then I used the jigsaw to cut out the excess area that I didn't need. And finally, I screwed down the shower valve diverter to the plywood.
Guys, just finished up with the shower valve situation. Next is to install this, and then we can go about finally doing the PEX, connections, crimps, all that situation, y'all. So yeah, let's just keep going.
And before we get started with the PEX, I need to make sure that we add some more 2x4s to support the shower valve diverter. The tools that you're going to need for this plumbing process is this yellow tool. It has one blade and it allows you to cut the PEX with one slice. It's a perfect tool, so I definitely highly recommend that you use it to cut your PEX. Our next tool is a crimp tool. It's this black and yellow tool that I'm using, and what I use it for is to connect crimp pieces together, which are the silver pieces, onto the PEX. It clamps it down into the PEX and compresses it. The crimp pieces allows you to connect your PEX, eardrops, and elbows all together. And I know you're wondering, who is that old lady working with you? Well, that's my mom. You guys probably already knew that, but if you guys are new for the first time, yes, that's my mom, my foster mom. I grew up in foster care. We could talk about this later, so let's get back into this. Here. There isn't. There's a little bit of water, but that's from before. Alright, so now I gotta go upstairs and check. What? I gotta turn it on. That went to this one. And I'm about to turn this one on. Alright. So now I'm about to turn the rain head shower on. Alright, no leaks up there. Go check upstairs one more time. I think we're good.
leak free.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm messing. So right now, we're gonna go about doing this linear pan liner. So we're gonna line it up on here, then we're gonna overlap it over the curve, and then we're gonna just glue the edges and screw them and all that stuff to make sure everything is waterproof. All right, guys, so let's get into that.
So what I'm doing is folding out the pan liner and stapling the pan liner at the highest point. I'm taking the corners and folding them in and cutting off the excess with the box cutter. And lastly, I'm overlapping the shower curve. Alright guys, just finished up with the shower pan situation. As you see, now let me show you guys my corners. Bam! Bam! I thought that was a scratch. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta redo this over. No, it's not a scratch. So yeah, just folded it over and then cut it and go from there. So pretty much, guys, this is just supposed to be for waterproofing and everything, and then cut it over here to prevent water from coming out of your shower pan and getting onto your studs or your concrete and all that stuff. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do this slope. Make sure your 4-inch level is on the drain. We're doing a 1/4 inch per foot slope. So this is almost a 5-foot pan. Yeah. All right, so it's 4 feet 3 inches. 1/4 inch per foot is 1, 2, 3, 4. That equals 4 feet. Full inch is what we're looking for. So it's at 1, 2, and then just for the fun of it, let's just go up another 1/4 inch. So 2 1/4. So that is the line. So I got my perimeter all the way around my linear pan, my pan liner situation. So got the line all the way around. All right, guys. So right now I'm about to put in the deck mud and mix it up. And then we're just gonna put this thing to bed. Let's go. After you finish mixing your mud, you're going to add your mud to the pan liner. You're going to add your mud in the front where the linear drain is located, and you're going to make sure everything is sloping towards that linear drain. Then you're going to take your mud and add it to the perimeter of the pan liner. You're going to level out the mud in the back of your pan liner. Finally, for the sides of your pan liner, you're going to make sure that it's sloping towards the linear drain. And last but not least, you're going to add all your mud to the middle and make sure everything is sloping towards that linear drain.
All right, guys, just finished pouring the pan, or in most cases, from the Californian way, floating the pan. So that's what I did, just finished up. Let's take a good, better look. Ooh, oh. I need to get that dirt. Put it, smack it. Okay. It's all good. Alright guys, so I started the durrock, which you kind of see right here, just to explain to you guys. So I've been following Tile Coach, Starrtile, Sal, and a whole bunch of other tile guys. The one that I found the most helpful was the Starrtile guy. He said that pretty much like if you put your cement board or durrock above your mortar pan and not on the actual mortar, it will reduce the wicking situation, which is the water sucking up to the board and just eventually, you know, getting to the wood and riding out the wood and stuff. So if you just do like a, you know, just a little inch around the whole perimeter or whatever, or even less than an inch, and pretty much so if water does get into this situation, it's not going to get onto this board. But it won't even get onto this board anyway because it's going to be waterproof. The waterproof aspect is going to be the aqua guard that we're going to be putting on after we put on thinset and seam up these edges and all that stuff, all these different things. So I just want to explain to you guys before I go in and then show you, you know, so you can slide this over and then your tile, your backer tile would just go right on top. Your back tile, your side tile would just go right on top. So all the water will just keep trickling, hitting here, and then just going down towards your drain or whatever. So yeah, I thought that was the most helpful because what I'm trying to do is make sure this boy is waterproof and make sure it ain't gonna be no water getting anywhere. And that was the most helpful. Thank you once again, you know, Starrtile. So let's get into the rest of the video.
Alright, so we're taking our cement board and adding it to our walls. So the way that we cut cement board, we're going to need a box cutter, a really sharp blade, and a straight edge. So it's actually not as difficult as most people might think. What you're doing is scoring the cement board or durrock. It's the same material. So you're just scoring it and then you're going to fold it over and cut the back side of it. So it's very similar to cutting like drywall. You score it and then you cut the back side of it and it comes off pretty easily. The main important thing is to make sure that you have a sharp knife. After you finish cutting your durrock, you're going to attach it to your walls and your curb. You're making sure that you're using non-corrosive screws to attach to your walls. The durrock and the non-corrosive screws are pretty much right next to each other at your local hardware store. Now we made it to the point to cover our seams. We're using non-corrosive mesh wires to cover our seams. After that, we're going to mix some thinset and then cover our non-corrosive mesh wire. We're going to do multiple coats so we can cover it really well so it's not seen at all. Finally, we're going to cover up the shower floor with thinset.
We are completely done with the thinnest set. Yeah guys, so we got the niche situation, then we got the knee wall all thinsetted, and then we also got the curve thinset too. Some of y'all are talking, oh my gosh, did you drill into the curve? Yes you did, oh my gosh, you drilled into the pan liner. Yeah I did, but guess what, you don't feel any nails over here because guess what, you put thinset on top of thinset on top of thinset on top of thinset on top of thinset, so it won't penetrate because that's what pretty much waterproofing does. So yeah, don't worry about that. You know, you can drill into it. Just make sure you cover it up with thinset. And now we're going to get ready to start the waterproofing. Also, I'll put thinset all over the floor for the aqua defense or waterproofing to pretty much adhere to this thing a little bit better.
Now it's time to waterproof these walls. I'm using this fabric material and aqua defense to waterproof the shower walls and my corners. So this fabric material is used to cover up my corners and edges to make sure that there's no water penetrating through. I'm using it on my knee wall, my curb, and also my niche. I'm going to do multiple coats of aqua defense. So I'm doing 3-4 coats on the corner, and I'm doing 3 coats on the walls. Technically, no, I don't need to go all the way up the wall, but hey, I got a bunch of aqua defense, so I'm going to do it anyway. All done with the waterproofing system. It is done. Yeah, it is done. It is waterproof. So let me show you guys the tile though. It kind of sparkles. You see those sparkles? It sparkles, guys. Let's start cutting and installing some tiles. I don't even know why I whispered that. That was kind of weird. But yeah, so we are installing this tile for the shower floor. Make sure that you have a box cutter, that you're able to cut through the mesh on the back of these floor tiles. And it's pretty easy. If you have a sharp blade, it's pretty easy to do. But for the more detailed things, you're going to need to have a wet saw. This wet saw that I use, I rented it out at my local hardware store. And it was pretty cheap. I used it for a couple days and it came out pretty nicely. Obviously, it's very sharp, so you got to be very careful when you are using a wet saw. Now it's time to tile our walls. Alright, before you get started, make sure that you create a ledger board. So right now I got my laser level. First you create a line inside the perimeter of your shower. Then I'm going to use that line to create a ledger board, which you can use 2x4s or some type of material to make sure that you're holding up this tile properly. Use whatever you got. In my case, I have me some extra PVC trim. So yeah. Now it's finally on to the tiling process. First, you want to start with the largest wall. Then after that, you can start tiling those smaller walls. Make sure that you have all your materials. Some tape, your spacer, your trowel, your thinset, a water bucket, a sponge so you can wipe up your excess thinset, a tile cutter, and a grinder. So what you're doing is applying thinset to the waterproofing wall and also thinset to your tile. You're going to use the teeth of the trowel to go right over the thinset that's on the wall and grab your tile. You're going to push that up against the wall and it's going to adhere together. It's not that difficult, so you guys should be able to do this. Most people might be scared of this process, but the tile will hold up with the mortar onto the wall. So you don't really have to worry that, oh, this tile is going to fall. You got to make sure that you put enough back butter on your tile to apply it to the wall. Then from there, it's just rinse and repeat. So enjoy the process. Alright guys, so we got some progress going on in this shower. Yes, shower. So obviously we got the lights up now, yo. 1, 2. And then this is going to be a rain shower. Rain shower. And then shower head, handheld shower. So you guys see, like, I got some cardboard. Obviously, cardboard. I'll be cutting some marble pieces, put it on top. I call this a top plate. the side plate and then the step plate. Yeah. Definitely not the right terms, guys, so don't quote me on that or anything. And then we're also going to be putting marble inside of here. I want to show you guys like my marble piece that I'm about to put on for the niche area, and let's get into the video. After cutting all my marble for my niche, now it's time to dry fit. And after we finish up dry fitting everything, it's on to the polishing process. So as you see, I'm using a grinder to do this polishing process, which I also use the same grinder to cut the marble and cut the tile. So this grinder is super useful and super versatile. So I definitely highly recommend that you get a grinder if you are trying to install tile or polish marble. After finishing up polishing the marble, now it's on to the installing process. Installing the marble is actually pretty simple. It's very similar to installing tile, which is adding thinset to the shower walls, back buttering your marble, and joining them together. One thing you have to remember when you're installing the marble for your niche is to make sure the bottom seal plate of your niche is sloping towards the shower. This helps prevent any pools of water starting to form on your niche. Alright guys, so I'm putting a marble piece on top of this knee wall and on the side and on the bottom right here. You guys probably are asking me, how do you do it? It's pretty simple. Let me show you exactly. So this is my marble piece. Super long. So I place this flat on the ground. You place it flat on the ground like this, like so. And then you just get a box cutter, just cut it completely out, the whole length, cut it the whole length of the actual piece of marble that you're trying to put top of your knee wall. So after you do that, then you just come in here, use your cardboard, just fold it in the corner right here. And then I just cut a little slither so I don't penetrate the waterproofing. So I just cut in a little slither in the cardboard. And yeah, it gets you the results, creating a great template. All right, yeah, so that's what it is, guys. Let me get back to work and check in with you guys later.
All right, guys, so I just let this dry for a good 12 hours. Now you can step on it. Oh, movement. So I just wanted to show you guys that real quick before I start in this next phase, putting this up and then the top piece, because you guys are going to be like, why are you stepping on it? You didn't let it dry. Yes, I did. It's been 12 hours. Y'all just late. Okay, y'all late. And then also, bam. So over here, I've been trying to get these cuts and different things perfect. Fail, epic fail. I almost triple fail, but it was double fail. Pretty much I tried to do this one twice, failed. The remnants are right there. So right back at this. So I'll put some cardboard up here, put some cardboard on the other side to get this right. And this tile is expensive. It's like $60 a box. So it's expensive. So now I put a template. Now I can go about cutting it. All right, back to the video. So I did not install the floor properly. There is some lippage happening in the floor, but also there is highs and lows, some valleys. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I kind of messed up this floor situation, so I'm gonna see if I can fix it. I don't know if I'm gonna post this. I don't know. A little bit too embarrassed to do it, but jeez, it's just bad. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'll check in with you guys after I'm done. Here's the final result of all that sanding. That looks a lot better. And it flows towards the drain a lot better. Nice job. So yeah, guys, so that's what I did. I did a 40, I did an 80, and a 220 grit. So now I just have to grout it, and then we'll be all done with the floor. Alright, so we are starting with grouting shower walls.
We first got to clean them up, make sure all the dust and debris is all off our shower walls. Then we're going to add the grout to our walls, use our rubber trowel, and push the grout in between each tile. So what we're trying to do is make sure that all the grout is covering the entire shower, pretty much in between the spaces of each tile. That's what we're trying to cover. I literally put it over the entire wall, and that's not necessarily the right thing to do. I did a little bit messy, I'm not gonna lie. This is a little bit messy, not a little bit, this is a lot of bit messy. I'm actually making more work than what I actually need to. There's a lot of haze on here, a lot. So try to be a lot cleaner than I am, because yeah.
All right guys, this is the grouted tile of the shower. Ooh. Literally, look at all that hazy. Not hazily. Gotta pretty much remove all this haze and stuff and clean up these grout lines, and we should be good to go. So let's try to do that.
All right, a quick tip in removing haze, making sure that you have 2 buckets and a sponge. So making sure that after you wipe off all the haze and you get a lot of dirt on that sponge, you can rinse it off into the bucket, rinse it out, and then dip it into the second bucket and rinse it out again and apply it to your shower wall. And you're gonna do that whole technique over and over and over again until all the haze is out. You don't need no haze removal, you don't need any of that stuff. You could just use 2 buckets of water, a sponge, and you'll be good to go. So after you remove all your haze, it is time to add your sealer. What you're adding your sealer to is your grout and also the niche. So I have a marble niche and I have a marble seal plate, top plate, and a side plate. So I'm adding that sealer to those different areas. Next, we are adding caulk to our corners of our shower, to the interior shower floor, inside of our niche, and around our seal plates. So this caulk that I'm using is actually 100% silicone. So it's technically not caulk. So it's 100% silicone, it's mildew resistant, waterproof, and all and everything that you need for your interior of your shower. So make sure you get the right caulk. I keep calling it caulk, don't know why, but it's silicone. So make sure you get the white silicone for the interior of your shower and your niche area, and also your seal plate area if you have those within your shower. And I wish I would have learned this technique a little bit sooner, because I clearly didn't do it in this process. When you're applying your silicone caulk to your seams or your corners of your shower, you want to use some type of spray bottle that has water or soapy type of water so you can wipe away the excess silicone caulk. Obviously, I didn't do this in this technique. You know what? I added way more work than I actually needed to. I used the popsicle method, but I forgot to actually use the water method. That would have saved me so much time and headache from removing all this silicone caulk off of my tile and my seal plate. Yeah, like I said, it was just a lot more work than I actually needed to do. And to remind you guys, I am not a professional tiler, a professional plumber, electrician, bathroom renovation person. I am doing it myself. But also, I have learned so much in this process by watching YouTube, watching other YouTubers, watching Sal, watching Tile Coach, watching Starrtile. Starrtile definitely has been, my number one. Thank you, Starrtile. I'm going to shout out. Thank you. So yeah, I am a DIYer, and this is my first time renovating a shower. Actually creating a shower out of literally nothing, out of absolutely nothing. So I'm pretty proud of this process and everything that's been done up until this point. Actually, shoot, not up until this point. I've been proud of this whole thing. This is just amazing. And my wife has encouraged me throughout this whole time to continue to research, continue to look at other creators and how they went about creating their showers and different things. So, and just to give you guys a heads up, my background is animation. Yes, I am a professional animator. I worked on movies, TV shows, commercials, VR rides, video games, and other things. So doing this is totally out of my realm, but it kind of shows that anybody is able to do this if you can put your mind and your effort and your time into it. You know, I am not a professional tiler. I'm not a professional any of this stuff, but I took the time, I researched, and I applied myself. You know, I implemented exactly what I learned and applied it to this shower. I hope that this helps you on your journey if you are creating a shower, or if you are, you know, trying to do content creation or YouTube. I hope this helps you on your journey to never give up, to research, never give up, apply yourself, and just keep moving forward. And finally, we made it to the point of installing all of our hardware. So we are installing a shower head, a rain shower, and also a handheld shower. After removing the eardrop plugs, now it's time to dry fit the neck of the shower head. Once I know it fits properly, now it's time to apply the plumber's tape. I'm applying the plumber's tape to the front and the back of the neck. So the reason for that is you're making sure that there is a watertight seal when you are applying the neck of the shower head. You don't want it to start leaking on the inside of your shower, because everything that you've done will be messed up. So you want to make sure that you go around the threads at least 5 or 6 times. So you want to make sure that you have that watertight seal in every area of your plumbing. Now it's time to install the cover plate to the 3-way valve diverter. Once that's completed, now we can add some silicone, but this time it's going to be around the cover plate. Once again, we want to make sure it's a watertight seal, that no water is getting behind those tiles. So this time we're using a clear silicone. After applying all the knobs and the finishing touches to the cover plate, now it's on to the shower handle. Once again, I'm using plumber's tape to go around the threads 5 to 6 times to make sure there is a watertight seal. And finally, we made it to the rain shower. So it's the same process, making sure that you're putting plumber's tape on and that you're going around 5 or 6 times and making sure that it's a watertight seal. I know. I'm just saying watertight seal a bunch of times because it's so important, y'all. Okay. First of all, do you want leaks in your shower? No. So that's why I'm saying it so many times. 5 or 6 times, watertight seal. Watertight seal. All right, I'll stop. The shower is finally done. All right, here is the big reveal of the master shower. Yeah, just got the shower valve system already siliconed. Got the handheld silicone all ready to use. Got the main shower head. Then I got the rain shower situation all ready to use too. This is the temperature gauge. So you turn it to whatever direction you want it to be, hot, cold, warm, medium, blah, 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 woo, woo. My wife likes it a little bit hotter, so we keep it on that. And then the first valve at the bottom is the shower head. So the middle valve right here is actually to the shower handle. It's shooting all the way to the back. Super crazy. Well. And then, yeah. So you could shower, you do your hair, all that good stuff. And then last but not least is the rain shower. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's an official rain shower, y'all.
So yeah, that's what it is, guys. Like, look at that boy. Like, look, it's raining. It's raining inside of the shower. And also, oh yeah, I totally forgot to tell y'all, you can use everything all at once. Let's see that real quick. So shower head, shower handle, and then rain shower. Look at that. A waste of so much water. This is what my wife wanted, and she gets what she wants. Happy wife, happy life, happy life, happy wife, happy wife, happy life. So yeah, that's the completed shower. Finally done, official. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey to completing this shower, but more things to do in this bathroom. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. So yeah, that's all I got. So I'll see you guys in the next video.